Cherry season is upon us. We are at Romagnoli Farms.
Oh, you did a good job with that one. Have another cherry on me.
This is Jack. It's his farm. And we're eating and picking cherries. Tell me about the season.
First of all, Romagnoli Farms.
That's what I said.
Yeah, okay, you try.
I said it with a cherry in my mouth. Romagnoli Farms.
Yeah, so we're picking cherries this morning. My men are out here picking our first sweet cherries of the season.
They're so good.
After a full day of rain yesterday, which was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Cherries don't like the rain, eh?
Well, can we see one that happens, like what happens when it rains?
We'll find one. I'll find one on the ground, maybe.
It's because their skin
here,
is so...
They actually burst.
Yeah. And you see those quite often when you get cherries from the grocery store or from the market. Sometimes those are hidden in there.
Yeah, so the cherry's growing. It's got a fine, thin skin. And it rains, and it just pops open.
And that's it.
Yeah, nothing you can do.
Nothing you can do. But I mean, your men are already out here, and it's such a short season, isn't it?
Yeah, we have like a 3-week window to pick all of our cherries here in Beamsville.
And how many cherries do you think you have? Like, how many cherry trees do you have?
How many cherries or how many cherry trees?
Cherry trees.
Millions
you can
of
tell
cherries.
me how many cherries?
Millions
Wow.
of cherries, several hundred, maybe a couple thousand cherry trees. Yeah.
And you have different kinds?
Yeah, we have the dark sweet cherries, traditional one.
These are so good.
Yeah, we have the Ranier type, which is the white cherry, which is maybe over this way. You want to take a look?
If we can. Wait, what are these ones?
Those are sour cherries that aren't quite ready yet. They're for pies and baking. And then
Okay.
this is the big white cherry.
Oh, are these ones ready?
Yeah, they're kind of getting close. They're a few more days away, but they're a Ranier type cherry. They're
my
crunchy,
gosh.
and right now they're going to be a little bit tart.
Sorry, look. Look at the face of the branch.
But yeah, these trees have been planted maybe for 10 years now, so they're full size. How was that? A little bit tart yet, right? A little bit tart.
I wasn't ready for that.
No, it's juicy though, right? Yeah, definitely juicy.
They look like they're in such good shape.
Give it a day, right? Give it a day or two to get more blush.
So 10 years, these trees. And in
Yeah.
terms of the farm, how long have you been around?
I haven't been here 100 years, but the family's been here for over 100 years.
Wow.
I look pretty good.
You look really good for 100. Yeah, you do.
Yeah. 1919.
Other fruits and veggies on the farm?
Yeah, lots.
Lots. We're going to talk
Where do
about
we
some
start?
of them?
Yeah, we'll go look at some other trees.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, with that being said, I'm going to continue eating cherries, and we're going to continue our tour of the farm. So stay with us. Lots more coming up on Morning Live. Romagnoli Farms is where you find us today, surrounded by apricots. And I'm here with Jack, Farmer
Hey.
Jack. That's
That's
what I'm
what
going
they
to call
call
you.
No, you don't own me. My daughter put that on Instagram.
I love
Jack.
it.
Everyone's calling me Farmer Jack. I'll
Farmer
take it.
Jack.
I'll take it.
Let's talk about this crop. As soon as we got out here, we got out of the car, and he said, look at this crop. The trees can barely handle it. You've never seen anything like this.
It's a monster crop of apricots.
Why is that, you think?
The right weather conditions. Apricots typically blossom early in April, and usually frost is imminent, so you can lose the entire crop.
Wow.
But this year, for whatever reason, every flower took to fruit, so we have like a monster crop of apricots, and I'm pretty happy about that.
Okay, so what do people typically use apricots for, other than just fresh fruit eating?
Good point. Eating out of your hand, the jams, apricot pie, the apricot cheesecake, which everyone loves. There's
I
lots
don't think I've ever had an apricot pie.
Really?
No.
Oh, come to our fruit stand.
Well, because I think most of the apricots that I've eaten have been dried. Quite often you don't get fresh apricots.
You're right. That's another one.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah, there's a lot of uses for apricots. Apricots can be used with meat dishes. You were talking about chicken.
I
right?
make it with a chicken leg, but I use like an
Yeah.
apple or a apricot marmalade kind of.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a lot of different uses for apricots, but again, I love them fresh out of my hand. They're really good fresh. They're nice and juicy. They're sweet. They're good for you. Got the same carotene as carrots in them. So
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess the color, right?
yeah, it's got the good orange, right?
So how do you know when an apricot is ready? Because these are obviously incredibly green. How
wanna
long
try
does it
one?
take? I don't want to try one because you're going to set me up for the sweet cherry like you did. And
No. Yeah. So they need a couple more weeks. They're going to color up fully orange on the outside with a nice blush of red.
So July.
Yeah, July, and then they're freestone. They come off the pit. They're really nice when they're ready. Just after or around yellow plums. So yeah, a couple more weeks.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we've taken a look at cherries. Of course, we're now focusing on apricots. How do you pick apricots the same way you do cherries individually?
That's a good point. Really good point. Apricots have to be picked individually, but they have to be picked several times because they don't ripen evenly. So the guys will go out here, pick apricots once, come back a week later, pick apricots again, come back on the third week. So we're picking apricots over the course of a month and a half.
Wow, where's
Yeah.
cherries?
It's one kind of cleanup.
And then
one pick.
that's it.
Yeah, so
One pick.
apricots are a high-valued crop that requires a lot of attention and have to be picked about 4 or 5 times.
Are there different varieties of apricots like there were
Yeah,
cherries?
there's lots of varieties.
That you have here or just?
Yeah, so there's different sizes and colors and shapes and all of that good stuff. Again, yeah.
We would need a whole afternoon to talk about the amount of apricots you have here at the farm.
Exactly, yeah, millions of apricots.
Okay, well, coming up, we're going to focus on peaches and nectarines, and of course, we're going to take a stroll around the fruit stand. Back with Farmer Jack, and we are talking about peaches. Now, I'm looking around here, Jack, and there are a lot of peaches on the ground. What's going on there?
You're perceptive, eh?
Well, you know, I try.
Yeah.
I try.
Yeah, so we thin off half the crop at the right time in order to allow the peaches on the tree that are left on to grow big, juicy, and sweet. In order to do that, you got to take half the crop off.
Okay, and I'm assuming animals will eat the remainder. Like, they're not going to go to waste? Or are they
No,
like,
they're
no,
just-
too sour, too yucky?
We forget about those.
Yeah.
They're just going to go to waste, but they're fine. Peach season starts July 20th.
Okay.
We have dozens of varieties. We have everything from a flat peach, which is like a donut peach.
Really? Oh, I think I've seen those.
They're pretty
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
These are Garnet Beauty. These are really good eating peach. Come on, I don't know, about August 4th, this variety.
Yeah.
We'll pick peaches from, like say, July 20th until about September 15th. And they're all going to be nice and juicy this year, as well as nectarines. We'll have those as well.
Okay, let's take a look at your nectarines. I think my favorite season is cherry,
Yeah.
but like followed closely by peach.
Really, eh?
Yeah, because I love like a nice juicy peach that you have to eat over the sink.
But you prefer a peach to a nectarine?
I think I prefer a peach to a nectarine.
You do, eh?
I think so. Because nectarines, I find, like, are they supposed to be soft? Are they supposed to be hard? Like, you never really know with a nectarine.
Well, the nectarine is the fuzzless cousin, I call it.
But they're not as juicy, I find.
They're sometimes picked a little firmer. They can be very juicy, but they have a thicker skin.
Yeah.
They're pretty delicious too.
Oh no, I agree.
Yeah.
I will eat it. I will never turn down a good nectarine.
We will typically sell probably 5 peaches to every nectarine that we sell.
That's so funny, eh?
Yeah,
How
it's
people
weird.
are like
People
picky
know
like
their
that.
peaches, yeah, people
Now,
know their
what's going on with this one? Is that the rain?
Yeah, that's the rain cracking. That's funny, eh? So nectarines are a little bit more sensitive. They've got the bare soft skin, so they crack easily.
Yeah, you can tell the difference between that and when you hold a kind of like a unripened peach.
Yeah, you got all that fuzz, right?
Now, when you get like a grainy piece of fruit, like when you bite into a peach and it's kind of grainy,
Or
do you know what I
pithy?
mean? Pithy, yeah, I guess
Yeah.
that's supposed to be the
Yeah,
word, pithy.
pithy.
Well, how does that happen?
A lot of times that happens from storage.
Oh,
So it's that point between the grower and the consumer.
Yeah.
Whether it's cold storage injury or just shipping.
because it
or
could
time.
look perfect.
Yeah, and you can't tell.
And you can't tell, and then it's perfect season, so you get this big basket of Ontario peaches home and you bite into it and you're like, ah, it's pithy.
You're too young to remember Seinfeld, right?
Yes, right, you're totally right. I have
Remember
no
that
idea who
episode,
that
fruit,
is.
Fruit is a risk. Fruit is truly a risk.
Luke is dying inside right now because he loves Seinfeld. He loves those references.
And the Mackinac peach, right?
Yeah, of course.
So there's a season for
Of
everything,
course,
but if you
yeah.
hang that peach and you let it sit for 2 weeks, it's going to dry out.
Interesting.
Yeah, so
Huh, good to know.
Yeah.
All right, so we've covered cherries, we've covered peaches, we've
Yes.
covered nectarines, we've covered apricots, and we're gonna see what else you have at the fruit stand. All of that is still coming up on Morning Live. Back in Beamsville, you guys have been here for a long time,
yeah, it's a while.
like over 100 years.
Count them.
Wow, that's incredible. Same
104?
property
Yeah, and more.
and more.
Yep.
You've got this property, you've got across the street, and
Yep.
I've got fresh peas. What's in season, Farmer Jack?
So at our roadside stands, we have 2 of them. Mm-hmm. We're at 4403 King Street and 4605 30 Road in Beamsville.
These are so sweet.
They're sweet peas, aren't they?
Little sweet peas. Little sweet peas.
Have a pea on me. So that's all right.
No. Not TV appropriate at all.
No,
okay.
we have strawberries, cherries. We have lots of locally sourced fresh vegetables. Mm-hmm. Some local honey.
I see asparagus.
Yeah, some eggs.
And you
Little bit of
guys.
everything.
Oh yeah, so I saw the chickens. I'll post a picture of the chickens on my social media.
Do that.
Strawberries, they're really big in season right now.
Oh, yeah, and they're good.
Okay, what's the difference between fresh and sweet or extra? Like you've got super sweet and extra sweet.
Adjectives.
That's it, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all good.
Okay, yeah, because I'm going to
Different
try
signs,
the
different
extra
names.
sweet.
Killer, right?
There's nothing better than a fresh Ontario strawberry.
Need some whipped cream?
I do. I need some whipped cream and some pastry and some pies.
Yeah, so we're open 7 days a week down here. Mm-hmm. Stop in anytime. We got some of last year's local apples, a lot of the vegetables coming in, zucchinis, yeah, the asparagus, local asparagus. It's all good.
What's the difference between these cherries here? So these,
again,
I'm not eating them again because I learned my lesson the last time.
Again, the sour cherries versus sweet cherries, and variations on sour cherries.
These are variations on sour cherries because they're smaller, but they're different.
Yep. So we've got the darker sour cherry and the lighter sour cherries.
And some of them are better for baking different things.
Exactly. Yep.
So some are better in pies. Oh, and I noticed you have rhubarb.
Yes. Strawberry rhubarb pie.
Right.
The best. The best.
Yes. Do you bake pies here?
Yeah, we have baked pies.
You do?
Yes, we have pies that are baked. Yep. So come on
Now,
by for
is
pies.
it you, Jack, that's baking them?
No, we have a friend that bakes our pies. I got no time to bake pies. You know that.
Hey, you never know. You're a man of many talents. Okay, so here's the strawberry rhubarb. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, and butter tarts, and I love how it's so community-based. Everything here is local.
Exactly.
It's fresh.
Exactly.
You get it from all of your friends.
Yep.
Romagnoli Farm, family farm since 1919. That's
There
what the
you
sign
go.
says.
It's true.
All right, all of Jack's information, we'll get you up on our socials, we'll get you up on our website. Thank you so much for having us. I didn't eat too many cherries, so I don't think my tummy is going to be too sore.
Thanks for coming.
Anytime, can't wait to come back.